My name is James Williams Jr. This is Kung Fu Havoc number 2. You're also going to catch this on Facebook. I'm finishing up what I wanted to say about the judge and the bullshit that my brother's going to be going through now because of the ex. You know, I've mentioned people who are supposed to be holier than thou. They know who they are. I already mentioned them. I didn't say names, so you can't really prove them talking about you. Well, technically. But you you think that people who go to church and do all this religious crap or front like they do all this crap and do things like that, you would think that they would have asked the judge for some leniency. But they didn't. Which is why now, up until this moment, up until this very freaking day, I tried to see both sides of that coin. And the truth of the matter is, no matter how religious she claims to be towards God and I'm holy and God bearing this and God that and God this and God that and I pray to God every day and I go to church and my mom is a minister, blah 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 blah. Can somebody tell me when you figure out the bullshit that's flying out your mouth? Because people who are God fearing or God respecting or God anything should know that you live by example. Example number 1. You love and respect God, which means you treat your fellow man and women equally. Which means, do you know your damn 10 commandments? Maybe, maybe not. Whatever false god you're praying to obviously isn't the father of Jesus. Because one, God don't like ugly. And karma is a vicious cycle of things that we set in motion because of the evil that we do to others. But you can't be doing evil if you're someone who's supposed to be a person of God. Alright? I myself have never claimed to be a man of God. I believe in God, and I know that I'm going to pay for everything that I've done when I get there. I accept that. I'm more than willing to pay the price for the shit that comes out my mouth because most of the time, unlike people who are people of God, I tell the truth. Now, I might not give you the whole 1,000, but I give you 99.9, which is close enough to the thing. Now, some things I will leave out because I'm not sure if you can handle it. But if I know you can handle the whole 1,000, I will give you the whole 1,000 because I'm that kind of person. People don't like people who are brutally honest. That's why I don't have a lot of friends. People don't like me because I'm brutally honest. I don't have a problem telling the truth. I don't have a problem telling people where they can go, how fast they can get there, and if they need my right foot to help them, it will. I'm not a person who promotes violence against anyone. As a martial artist, as a soldier, there are things in life that soldiers have to do that's just not becoming. And you who are not a soldier don't understand the shit that I've been taught. And I really wouldn't want you to, because it's not a switch that you can cut on and off. It's not a light switch. It doesn't work like that. Once you learn this, you can't really unlearn it, and the body protects itself. When you are a person of God, and if I am offending any preacher or anybody who goes to church or God Himself, I will deal with that in the afterlife. Because if you come at me with some BS about what I'm saying, why don't you look around your church? Why don't you follow the people who go to your church around for a few days and not let them know you're following them, and then you come back to me? Because I'm going to tell you the truth. People don't act the same as they do in church. They don't. Uh, People go to church, and the first thing they want to condemn is condemn a prostitute. You know the old saying about sweating like a whore in church? Well, let me mind you, people who really read the Bible, or who know, Mary Magdalene. I don't think that she was a whore by choice, but she was no less a whore. But yet, she found favor with Jesus. I don't think she had sex with Jesus, but she found favor with Jesus. And if Jesus can forgive her, and unfortunately He can forgive all the scum of the earth, which is all of us, ain't nobody here saints but babies, because babies are born innocent. Even if they're born innocent, they're born innocent until we, the adults, teach them how to do wrong shit, how to hustle people, how to lie to people, how to swear. God knows I wish I never heard a cuss word a day in my life, because now I use them religiously. I am not a saint by any means necessary. I am not a saint. Never claimed to be, never will be, But the truth of the matter is, if you're out here and you're putting life in a bottle for other people, if you're making their lives miserable because you can, then you will have a whole lot to answer to when you get to the good Lord himself. It ain't going to be less than what I got to answer for. It will be more. Because I don't go around making other people's lives miserable, except for if me talking makes your life miserable. Hey, there's a solution to that. Don't watch my channel. No, don't subscribe. Don't check me out. Yeah, I'm a train wreck. God knows I'm a train wreck. That's why a lot of you keep tuning in. Now, to my loyal followers, hey, y'all know me. If you don't know me, then you're getting to know me as we speak. My implant. Now, I was talking earlier on Facebook Live. I lost the connection. And I'm telling you, as a judge, you have the right to make good or bad decisions that affect people's lives. So, this judge, I don't know his name now because I've been so mad that I couldn't get the connection back. That, this judge doesn't know the whole story. Doesn't know that my bro then had to go through all this BS. Wasn't even allowed to see his children. Still going through BS just to see his children. And now he's got more BS because this judge most likely probably isn't a man of color. Doesn't know the struggle of people of color. And doesn't give a damn. But also, this is a Commonwealth state. And in Virginia. In the Commonwealth of Virginia. And I don't give a damn who I offend with this right here, right now. I'm going to say this. And all you ladies, let me apologize first. Because what I'm about to say is specifically gender bias. It's specifically 1,000% true. And you can either be on the good side of this or the bad side of this. But you are on the side of this. If you have a vagina in the state of Virginia, you can basically slap somebody in the face and get away with it. Especially if that somebody is a man. You can piss in this man's face and get away with it. But if a man pisses outside, oh, we're going to jail. So in the Commonwealth state of Virginia, having a pussy is gold. And not because you are using it like a slut or a whore, but you get the I'm sorry for you vote. Even when you're doing the wrong things, the people all bend to the ladies. They've been to the ladies. Am I mad? Hell yeah. Am I jealous? Not really. Because see, what go around, come around. But you can't just decide that because a woman is a woman, that she don't do evil or dirt either. There's a bunch of women out here that is just as dirty and filthy as men and get away with some conniving ass shit. But here in the Commonwealth, that's okay because you have a vagina. I don't know where in the world there is a state that don't really cater to women. Now, see, if a woman is raped, I get that. But when a woman is doing wrong and preventing a man from seeing his children and doing everything she can to throw him under the fucking moving bus, tractor trailer, and Hummer, and a Mallard tank, then where's her punishment? Besides making the kids suffer. Because, kids ain't stupid. This is why I'm a strong believer in you don't lie to your kids. You don't purposely go out and make the other parent look bad. A kid ain't stupid. A kid knows. A kid will see this, and a kid will know that, God, my mom really makes my dad look awful. My mom has tried to stop me from being with my dad. And these two kids in particular that I love with all my heart are going to see what their mother has done to their father, and this damn judge assisting their mother. You know why black men can't catch a break in this world? Because of the law. The law won't give us a break. The law gives the bad guys a break. If I go rob a bank and I take less than $55,000, I'm good. But if I smack a lady, I get 15 years. If I do weed or shit like that, I might get a slap in the wrist. I get OAR and community service. But if I punch a lady in self-defense, I can get 15 to 20 years. And why? Because somewhere along the line, people forgot that women are people too. It's called equality. So why can't they be equally charged? If they lie about a false rape, why can't they be equally charged if they lie about their age and have statutory sex? But the man gets stuck on the sex registry, and the judges are just rubbing their hands in it. And this is what's going to happen. See, it's all good until someone in that judge's family gets slapped by a different judge with that same bullshit. And there's a pure example of that not too long ago before I joined the Army. There was a state law on 64 that if you lived in Virginia and you did 5 or 10 miles, rather 10, 20 miles, something over the speed limit, you had to pay the ticket, cost of court, and then you got slapped in the face with $1,000 fine. So we all started signing this petition. And you know why we signed that petition? So that we would have some kind of fair and just. But the petition wasn't really falling through right up until some judge's kids got busted for doing it. So then they decided to rethink that shit. Because you think because you're a kid of a judge or a cop that you are above the law. No one is above the law. And that goes triple for judges. And y'all know this shit. Y'all know that y'all ain't above the law. Y'all can be sued and y'all can get arrested. There's no law saying that a judge can't be sued. The judge can probably sue me for figure of speech, but it won't hold up in court because freedom of speech is freedom of speech. It is the First Amendment right. It is the right that Native Americans lost this entire country for you all who came over, and some of my ancestors to boot, to have the right to say what you want to say. And that includes burning a flag and fighting over a stupid park. So this judge, hey, if he wants to be a douche, there's nothing we can do about it. But it's still not fair to make good black men suffer and let bad black men run the streets, do drugs, and do whatever the hell they want. But the good black men, oh, we can't see our kids. We got to pay triple the amount of child support. But the wife gets to do whatever the fuck she wants. And no one says anything. Women aren't saints. Just because someone goes to church does not make them a saint. In fact, if they are going to church, they are probably the biggest devil in the church. Your preacher knows who you are. God knows who you are. And by God's hand and God's hand alone, when that vicious circle comes back around, when them children grow up and they don't have the ability to say nothing now because they're children, but when they get old enough to voice their opinion, may God have mercy on your soul. I'm James Williams Jr. This is Kung Fu African number 2. This is 12 minutes of your life that you can't get back from the actor who has never been discovered, will be discovered. God only knows, but I will tell you this. You might not like this video. You might not like nothing I've said, but every bit of it is the truth. You may not like what I said on fucking Facebook Live. You may not. But here's the thing on that. You live in the Commonwealth of Virginia. If you have battered wife syndrome, I get that. And I don't support beating a woman in any way, shape, or form. That's not who I am. But I will say this. This is a weapon. Maybe not to the average person, but for somebody who's trained like me, this is a weapon. This is a weapon. This is a weapon. This is a weapon. This is the second most deadliest weapon of it all because it cashes the lawyer's check. And then there's a spoon. Anything in someone's hand can be used as a weapon to hurt you. Politically, no. But physically, yes. And yet, we all are super sympathetic and still know nothing. I'm James Williams Jr. This is Kung Fu Havoc number 2. And I am going to leave you with this one little thought. Just one. To all you decent women out here. To all you non-decent women out here. When the shoe is flipped and you've caused this conflict, are you willing to pay the piper for the prices that we do? Because there are good people, men and women, and there are bad people, men and women. You have to decide which is right and which is wrong. And if you don't have morals to look out for your children, if you don't give a damn about your spouse, at least look out for your children because they're innocent in this because no child asked to be born. If you are a woman who won't let their daddy see them, or if you're a man who has kids and just refuse to see them, you're a piece of shit. I said it, and I'm not taking it back. I'm not editing this. I said it. You are a piece of shit. Any woman who will prevent a man who wants to be a daddy from seeing their kids, you're a piece of shit. You know who this is directly directed to. And if you are a man who don't want to see your kids and refuse to do your job as a father, you too are a piece of shit. And you know that this is directed to you. Alright? Y'all might not like me, but your asses can't beat me. So feel free to try. I live on Rougemont. I'm not that hard to find. Just look for a little guy with long hair. I'm James Williams Jr. This is Kung Fu Epic number 2. This is 15 minutes and 15 seconds of your life that you probably won't get back, but you have learned a very valuable lesson today. If you live in the Commonwealth and you have a vagina, you're good to go. If you have a penis, not so much. Commonwealth states need to be changed. So we need to get off our asses and vote for people who actually are going to make the law fair and just for both. Gender equality should be something that we should all consider, especially if you're an evil woman or an evil man who should be punished professionally and perfectly by the law. This is Kung Fu Epic number 2. Be seeing you. By the time this airs, it'll probably be nighttime. I'm Audi 5000.